Have you ever noticed how quickly time seems to fly the older we get? One moment, we are chasing after careers and raising families, and the next, we are wondering where the years went. And with that passage of time comes a simple truth. Our bodies need a little more attention than they used to, not because we are weaker, but because we are wiser. We know that taking care of ourselves today can mean more beautiful, joyful years ahead. That is why today, I want to talk to you about something that could truly change the course of your life or the life of someone you love. First, let me welcome you to the channel. If you are passionate about living your healthiest, happiest life after 60, you are in the right place. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with someone you care about. It might just be the encouragement they need today. Now, let us get right into it. You have probably heard the phrase, prevention is better than cure. But what does that really mean for us now? It means being proactive. It means using the incredible tools and knowledge we have today to catch small problems before they become big ones. And that is exactly what health screenings are all about. In this video, we are going to explore 7 life-saving health screenings that no senior should ever skip. These are simple steps that could make all the difference, adding years to your life and life to your years. Let us start with one that many people often delay, sometimes until it is too late. One of the first and most important screenings is a colonoscopy. Now, I know, just the word alone can make people cringe. It does not exactly sound like a fun afternoon. But let me tell you something powerful. Colorectal cancer is one of the most preventable types of cancer if caught early. A colonoscopy can detect tiny growths called polyps before they ever have a chance to turn into something dangerous. It is like spotting a little crack in the foundation of a house before the whole structure is compromised. The procedure itself is over before you know it, and for most people, it only needs to be done once every 10 years. Imagine giving yourself the gift of peace of mind just by taking that one step. Now, while we are talking about the inside of the body, let us not forget one of the most vital screenings for anyone over 60, a bone density test. You might feel strong, you might feel steady, but bones have a way of silently weakening over time. Osteoporosis is often called the silent thief because it can steal your strength without you even realizing it. One simple fall, a little slip in the kitchen or on a wet sidewalk, and suddenly, life changes. A broken hip, a fractured wrist, and months of recovery that could have been avoided with a simple scan. A bone density test is painless, quick, and gives you valuable information about your risk of fractures. And the good news is, if your bones need a little extra help, there are so many treatments today that can strengthen and protect them. Catching bone loss early means you stay mobile, independent, and vibrant for years to come. As we keep moving forward, there is another screening that sometimes gets brushed aside because we think, oh, my eyes are fine, I do not need to worry. But getting regular eye exams is about so much more than seeing clearly. Our eyes can tell us a story about what is happening inside the body. Diseases like glaucoma and macular degeneration can creep up slowly, often without any warning signs. By the time you notice a problem, damage may already be done. But a simple, routine eye exam can catch these issues early when they are still manageable. Protecting your vision means protecting your independence. Reading your favorite books, seeing the smiles of your grandchildren, safely driving to your favorite park or coffee shop. All of these little joys are made possible through the gift of healthy eyes. And speaking of little joys, imagine being able to hear the laughter of your loved ones at a family gathering without struggling to catch every word. That brings me to another critical screening, a hearing test. Many people think hearing loss is just an annoyance, but it is so much more than that. Studies show that untreated hearing loss is linked to cognitive decline and even dementia. When we cannot hear clearly, we sometimes withdraw from conversations and social activities, and that isolation can take a real toll on the mind and the heart. Getting a hearing test is simple, painless, and can open the door to a whole new level of connection and joy. If you do need hearing support, today's technology is incredibly discreet and powerful. It is not about vanity. It is about living fully, staying sharp, and feeling connected to the world around you. Now that we have talked about protecting your body, your bones, your eyes, and your hearing, let us move on to a few more life-saving screenings that every wise senior should have on their radar. When it comes to taking care of ourselves, sometimes the things we cannot see or feel right away are the most important to pay attention to. That is especially true when it comes to our hearts. You see, heart disease remains the leading cause of death for both men and women, and it often creeps up quietly over the years. That is why another essential screening is a simple blood pressure check. It is quick, painless, and can reveal so much about how your heart is doing. High blood pressure is often called the silent killer for a reason. You might feel perfectly fine while it slowly causes damage to your arteries, your heart, even your brain. But the beautiful thing is, when caught early, high blood pressure is highly treatable. A small change in diet, a bit more movement each day, maybe a medication your doctor recommends. These steps can protect your heart and even reverse damage over time. Think of it like tuning up an old car. It might still run, but without the right care, those little unseen problems could eventually lead to a breakdown. By checking your blood pressure regularly, you are giving your heart the tune-up it deserves to keep you running strong for many more adventures. And while we are on the subject of things that can sneak up on us, let us talk about something else that is incredibly important: screenings for diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is a condition that affects millions of older adults, and many do not even know they have it. It often starts quietly, with just a little more thirst, maybe a bit more tiredness than usual, symptoms that are easy to shrug off as just getting older. But untreated diabetes can lead to serious problems: heart disease, kidney failure, vision loss, even amputations. The good news is, a simple blood test can reveal if you are at risk or already developing the condition. And just like with high blood pressure, early action can make a world of difference. Lifestyle changes, medications if needed, and regular monitoring can help you live a full, vibrant life without the complications diabetes can bring. Think of it like seeing storm clouds on the horizon. If you spot them early, you have time to prepare, to protect yourself, to stay safe and dry. Screening for diabetes is your early warning system, and it is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. Now, there is one more critical screening I want to talk about in this part of our conversation, and it is especially important for both men and women, though it shows up differently. I am talking about cancer screenings, and in particular, screenings for prostate cancer and breast cancer. For men, a prostate screening can help detect changes before they become serious. There is a lot of debate about when and how often men should be screened, but one thing is clear: having an open conversation with your doctor can help you make the right decision for you. A simple blood test called the PSA test, or a physical exam, could provide important clues about what is happening beneath the surface. Prostate cancer often grows very slowly, but early detection means you and your doctor have more options and better ones for treatment. For women, continuing regular mammograms is essential. Even after 60, even after 70, breast cancer remains a real risk. Some women think that because they have lived this long without trouble, they are somehow safe. But breast cancer can appear later in life too, and early detection saves lives. Mammograms today are faster, more comfortable, and more accurate than ever before. They can spot tiny changes long before they are felt or seen. Imagine catching a spark before it ever has a chance to grow into a fire. That is the power of early detection. Each of these screenings, blood pressure checks, diabetes tests, prostate screenings, mammograms, is like a gift you give to your future self. A way of saying, I value my life, I cherish the people who love me, and I am not willing to leave my health up to chance. Taking these steps does not mean living in fear. It means living with freedom. Freedom to enjoy the walks in the park, the family gatherings, the travels, the simple everyday moments that make life so rich and sweet. And while we are talking about living freely, there is one more screening that often gets overlooked, but it is just as important. It is about your lungs, and even if you have never smoked, it is worth knowing about. You see, lung cancer isn't only a smoker's disease. While smoking is the leading cause, A surprising number of lung cancer cases happen to people who have never smoked a day in their lives. Factors like secondhand smoke, air pollution, even certain workplace exposures can increase the risk over time. And just like the other conditions we've talked about, lung cancer often doesn't show clear symptoms until it's advanced. That's why a low-dose CT scan, a simple and painless imaging test, can be a true lifesaver for those at higher risk. The idea of getting a scan might feel intimidating, but think of it as shining a bright light into a dark room. You're giving yourself the gift of knowing what's really going on inside, so you can either breathe easier or take action early. Early-stage lung cancer, caught before it spreads, is much more treatable sometimes, even curable. That's a powerful reason to have that conversation with your doctor, especially if you have a history of smoking or have been exposed to secondhand smoke for many years. Now, moving from the lungs down to another incredibly vital area, the colon. Colon cancer is one of the most preventable types of cancer, yet it still claims too many lives every year simply because it wasn't caught in time. The screening options today are better and easier than they've ever been. Whether it's a colonoscopy, a stool test, or one of the newer screening methods, there's something available that fits your comfort level and needs. Colon cancer usually starts with small growths called polyps. They're harmless at first, but over the years, they can quietly turn into cancer without giving you a single symptom. Catch them early, and removing them is simple and safe. It's like spotting a tiny weed in your garden before it has a chance to spread. You pluck it out, and your health stays beautiful and strong. Many people feel embarrassed or uncomfortable even thinking about colon screenings, but let me tell you something. Your health is worth a little awkwardness. Your future self, your family, your friends, they'll all be so grateful you took that step. Now, let's touch on one more important part of the body that deserves your attention: your bones. As we age, our bones naturally lose some strength, and conditions like osteoporosis can sneak in without any warning signs, until suddenly, a simple fall leads to a serious fracture. A bone density scan is an easy, painless test that measures how strong your bones are. It helps you understand your risk and gives you and your doctor time to strengthen your bones before anything happens. Think about how many things you love doing that rely on strong, steady bones: gardening, dancing, traveling, simply getting around without fear. A bone density test is like reinforcing the foundation of a beautiful old house. It keeps everything sturdy, safe, and full of life for years to come. All of these screenings for the heart, for diabetes, for cancers, for bone health, they aren't just about preventing bad things from happening. They're about building a life full of good things: more energy, more adventures, more birthdays, more memories with the people you love most. It's easy to put off these tests. Life gets busy, appointments get pushed, and sometimes we think, I feel fine, why bother? But here's something to remember. Feeling fine isn't always the same as being fine. And catching something early doesn't mean you failed. It means you've won. You gave yourself the chance to heal, to get stronger, to keep living your life the way you want to. So if it's been a while since you've checked in with your doctor about these screenings, let this be your gentle nudge. Not out of fear, but out of love for yourself, for your family, for the beautiful years still ahead of you. You deserve to enjoy those years feeling your best. You deserve peace of mind, and you deserve the chance to keep writing your story for a long, long time to come. When you take small steps to protect your health, you are planting seeds for a future full of energy, laughter, and wonderful moments. These screenings we have talked about today, they are not just doctor's appointments to check off a list. They are promises you make to yourself. Promises that say, I am worth it. My life, my dreams, my memories still to be made, they are worth protecting. And the truth is, it is never too late to start taking better care of yourself. No matter your age, your past habits, or even your current health, you have the power to make choices today that create a stronger tomorrow. Getting these simple health screenings is one of the easiest and most powerful choices you can make. You might be thinking, but what if they find something? That is a natural fear. But remember, if they do, that is good news in disguise. It means you caught it early. It means you have options, time, and support. It means you are giving yourself every advantage to stay strong and independent for many more years. There is courage in facing the unknown, and there is real power in taking control of your health story rather than letting fear write it for you. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Picture what you want your life to look like. Maybe it is celebrating a grandchild's graduation, taking that trip you always dreamed about, dancing at a family wedding, or simply feeling strong and confident as you move through your days. Those dreams start with the choices you make today. Choices like scheduling that heart scan, getting that colonoscopy, checking on your bone strength, or having your lungs screened if needed. Your health is not something to be guessed at. It is too precious for that. It is something to be nurtured, cherished, and safeguarded just like you would protect the people you love, because you matter. Your health matters. Your story matters. I want to thank you for being here with me today, for spending a few minutes thinking about your health and your future. That alone says so much about the strength and wisdom you already have inside you. And if this conversation has inspired you even a little bit, I encourage you to take that next step. Call your doctor, ask the questions, make the appointments. Your future self will thank you in ways you cannot even imagine yet. And if you found this video helpful or inspiring, it would mean so much if you would like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. You never know who might need this gentle reminder today. You never know whose life you might help brighten just by sharing a little encouragement. Here on our channel, we are building a community of strength, hope, and vitality for every season of life. And we would love for you to be a part of it. Every like, every comment, every subscription helps us reach more wonderful people just like you. So go ahead, hit that like button, click subscribe, and maybe share this with a friend or loved one who deserves to feel empowered about their health too. Remember, the years ahead are full of possibilities, not limitations. With a little attention, a little courage, and a little love for yourself, there is so much joy still waiting for you. You are not just growing older. You are growing stronger, wiser, and more radiant with each passing year. And the best chapters of your life story? They are still being written, one beautiful day at a time. Here is to you, to your health, and to a future full of vitality, laughter, and love. Take care of yourself, and we will see you in the next video.